Hey Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen and this is my fiber web where I talk mostly about cross stitch and also sometimes knitting and crochet. Today is October 3rd and this is the beginning of my second vlog style episode for this October event that I am doing, where every day of the month I am either starting or working on a whip that is Halloween themed, a different project every day. This is the first year that I'm doing this, and I thought it would be fun to spin a wheel to decide which things I should work on which day, and also just show you how far I get on each of my starts. So I will put up the calendar that I started that shows the projects I have chosen so far. And today I will be showing you how far I got on my start yesterday, what I'm working on today, and we will spin the wheel for tomorrow. This is, like I said, my second video like this, so if you missed the first one, you can go back and watch it. I created a little playlist just for these videos, so it should be easy to find. And also, if you have any thoughts or opinions about this format, I would love to know how you like it, since this is new for me. Okay, so for October 2nd, I spun my Tiny Decisions wheel, and I picked Halloween Pumpkin by Soda Stitch, which is a freebie that you can get on their Facebook group. And I showed it yesterday. I had just started some of the stem, and here's how far I ended up getting. So there's three shades of green in the stem, and those are all complete, and that orange shade is done as well. So you can see the little cat ears coming in, which is cute. So I didn't get as much time to stitch as I thought I would yesterday, and in the evening, when I can usually get a big chunk done after my kids go to bed, my husband and I decided to start a new TV show that I have heard a few people mention lately, and it is called Kevin Can F Himself. We watched it on I don't remember if we watched it on Amazon Prime or Netflix. I think it might be available on both. It was originally on AMC. So we watched the first couple episodes of that last night, and I worked on a crochet granny stripe blanket, which I will show you sometime soon. I just did like a few rows on it. It's easier for me to knit or crochet while watching TV. I don't know if I've ever actually tried to stitch while watching TV. It just seems like too much stuff. So, fun fact about me. Okay, so that's what I did yesterday, and then this morning I started Minerva by Barrick, which looks like this. This is not very big. Let's see. It's 103 wide by 99 high, so it's almost square. And I mentioned in my last video, I think this is my first mermaid stitch, which is fun. And it is charted in NPI silks with a DMC conversion. 4, 6, 8, 10. There's only 10 colors, and I am using the DMCs for mine. And actually, the called for fabric for this is 40 count ancient from Picture This Plus, which is what I'm using. And I'm not sure if I knew that that was the called for when I picked it, but it's perfect, so it works out well. So here's how far I have gotten this morning. So I started in the bottom right corner with the skull. I wanted to get to the octopus, and yeah, just kept kind of going with the threads I had. Since this is 1/2 on 40 count, a single strand goes a long way. And yeah, I've used 4 colors so far, I think. It's 310, Blanc, and then the crab actually has 2 different shades of orange. One of them is called, I don't know, coral, and the other one is, like, his legs are orangey, more yellow than the rest. And then this orange blob is the start of the mermaid's tail, so I did make my way to her. And this nerd hoop is too big for this, like, it won't go all the way to the top, but I am working on this one in my new Ravelry stand, which is going very well for mostly so far. I think I've used it for 40 count stuff. If I have a like 14 or 16 count project, I still like to do that in hand with the sewing method. But for the tinier stitches, I'm really enjoying the Nerd Hoop and Lowry Stamp combo. Okay, so I'm going to keep on working on this today and see how far I can get. I think I'm going to put, I think after this I'm going to pull out one of these aqua colors, like the one that's around the fish, the lighter one, and get some of that color in there so I can see how it looks. And also, I didn't even notice until I started working on this, but in the border, there's like the skulls and the pumpkins along the sides, and those things connecting them, those squiggly things, are actually snakes. I didn't even notice that they were snakes, I just thought they were squiggles. So, they have the aqua color too. Okay. So now, I will spin the wheel to see what I'm going to start tomorrow. So someone had asked me how I'm doing this. This is an app called Tiny Decisions, which is available for free both on Android and iPhone. And I think there's an option to pay a few bucks as like a one-time thing to get rid of ads, and I think I did that. So anyway, these are my remaining projects that are not yet on the calendar, and I have turned off Minerva and Halloween Pumpkin. And so let's see what we are going to work on tomorrow. Jiggity jig. Okay, let me go, or maybe I'll put a picture. Okay, this one is a whip, and I actually almost finished it. Let me go grab it. I'll go grab it. 1 second. Okay, so this is Jiggity Jig by Pineberry Lane. And like I said, this is already a whip. So if you have been around for a little while, you've probably seen this on my channel already. And I decided for this whip, when I worked on it last, that I was going to get it really close to a finish so that during this month of October I would be guaranteed to finish something Halloween-y since I'm starting so many things. So here's where it is. All I have left to do tomorrow is, sorry it's a little wrinkly, the legs on this last witch and her little boots and her broom. Otherwise everything is done. And this is on a 16 count Aida. I don't remember what color it is, but I'm doing it 1/1 on the 16 count with the called for floss, which is Weeks Dye Works charcoal that I just happened to have in stash and I wanted to use up. So there's not too much left, but I'm obviously not going to use it all just to do this little broom and the feet. But I really like how it looks. The variegation looks good. I like it on this fabric. It's like a warm gray. I think it might be Wren. I think that might be what it is. I think it might be Wren. I'll put it on the screen if it's something else. So this should probably take me like maybe 20 minutes. Airplane. This will probably take me 20 minutes to finish tomorrow, which means I will have time to work on one of my other Halloween projects. I might work on Halloween Sampler a little bit more to add to my Grumpy Owl, or I might keep working on, I don't know, I might keep working on Minerva. I might see if I can get a little further on this. I was thinking yesterday that maybe I would pick whichever new start is like has the best chance of getting finished and just work on, like, put a strand in every day so that I can get another finish. Like maybe I'll work on this one after I finish Jiggity Jig tomorrow, and see if I can get it close to finished. We'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm gonna have a finish. Okay, so let me show you. I'll end on showing you this one more time. Which way works better? This way. And then I will start tomorrow's clip with this so you can see how far I got. I am back with some progress on Minerva by Barrick. I did go ahead and put in some of the aqua stitches. However, I had a bunch of trouble with this section actually, and I had to frog like 3 times, so this went in timeout shortly after I filmed yesterday. But I think this is still a very good start, and I'm happy to pick this up again in the future when I'm not upset about that blue color anymore. I'll just show you one more time what it looks like. Okay, so that was yesterday's spin, and when that went in time out, I got my Halloween pumpkin by Soda Stitch back out. So when I showed this to you before, I only had one of the shades of orange and then the stem, so I added in some more of the shading. I'm trying to get all of the pumpkin part done so that I can work on the scene that's in the middle. And this is what I plan to work on for the rest of today for whatever stitchy time that I get. So I did get Jiggity Jig done. So this is Jiggity Jig by Pineberry Lane. This is my first finish for October. It is on 16 count Ren by Picture This Plus, and I did it 1/1 with the Called For Weeks Dye Works thread. Which, sorry, you can see through this. Okay, it looks great. I love it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a pillow finish like they show on here. They give instructions, like detailed instructions on how to make this pillow with the trim that is sort of gathered up to look roughly. So I don't know if I'm going to attempt that or what I'm going to do with this to fully finish it. But since it's done, I wanted to do a giveaway for this pattern. So if you are interested in entering to win Jiggity Jig by Pineberry Lane, please be 18 or older so that I can legally get your mailing address from you. Please make sure you're subscribed to this channel and you like this video, and leave me a comment with the word jig somewhere in it, J-I-G. And on my next video, I will draw a winner and mail this to you. So now I'm going to spin my wheel to see what I'm going to work on tomorrow. Let's make sure all the right things are turned off. Okay. Here we go. Okay, full moon. This is a drawn thread project. This will be a new start. This is the Drawn Threads full moon chart, and it actually has 3 different charts in it. It has this pin cushion that you see on the front, that's the one that I'm going to do, and then there is this little scissor fob with the bird, and then there's also a pattern for this scissor fob right here with the pumpkin. So that's fun. I'm planning on just doing the pin cushion right now, but I will maybe eventually do the scissor fobs too. I've never actually made a scissor fob, so these might be cute. And for this, I'm just planning on pulling overdyed floss from my stash. I already collected a ring of just Halloween-y fall colors to pull from. So yeah, I will be doing that tomorrow. And then I also wanted to show you, speaking of a Halloween floss ring, as I'm working on my projects, a lot of them already are calling for the same colors. So I have started just a Master Halloween floss ring. So anytime I need to pull a DMC that is, that I have on floss straps this month, I'm just adding them all to this one ring. Which I thought was fun. That way I don't have to keep going back and forth or putting the floss with one project and then going to find it later. And then I also have, I don't know if I've talked about this before on my channel. At some point on eBay, I bought these 2 boxes of floss that someone was not using anymore. So sometimes when I work on smaller projects like these, I will pull the DMC from here if I have it, because that way I know I'm not going to need a second skein, there won't be dye lot issues or whatever. And I got really lucky with this. It was a very reasonable price, and when you buy stuff like this on eBay, you're never sure if there's going to be damage or weird odors or like anything like that. And this stuff has been very nice. So I've used this floss in a ton of projects already. So I'd like to be able to pull from that when I can to use that up. Oh, and then I didn't show you. This is my fabric that I'm going to use for full moon. This is another like just D-stash. I think it's like a 32 count linen. I don't know what it is. It already has fray check on the edges that someone put on it. But yeah, I think that will look good. So that will be tomorrow's project. Hey, today is Saturday, October 5th, and I am back with an update. Yesterday, after finishing Jiggity Jig, I decided to work on Halloween Pumpkin by Soda Stitch. Here's how far I got on that. I'm sort of working from the outside in, getting close to a finish. And I have been color completing. Can you see the little cat in the bottom? I didn't even notice that before. So the project that I spun for today is Full Moon by the Drawn Thread, and I am starting with this pincushion. And I told you I was going to choose some colors from Stash. So here is my start. I've had a lot of trouble getting this pumpkin started. I counted stuff wrong like a bunch of times in a row, and I just decided to go with it. So my pumpkin is going to be a slightly different shape than the one in the picture, but I do not care because it's a pumpkin. The orange that I picked is this Cottage Garden Threads Zulu color, which is not necessarily the first color I would think of when I think pumpkin, but it kind of matches the vibe in the model. So I'm just stitching up and down instead of left to right to kind of get the stripes of the pumpkin to look like an actual pumpkin. And then I have a couple DMCs and a couple Gentle Arts that I'm going to use too. This orange is for the bird's beak and feet, and then the gold is for some flowers that are kind of hard to see. I didn't even know that they were there, but there's like a vine with some flowers on it. So that's what the yellow is for. And then tomorrow I will be working on Away We Ride with Stephanie from Cross Stitch the Globe, which looks like this by Blackbird Designs. And this one is already a whip for me, so I thought I would show you where I am at. I worked on this on Friday the 13th last month for Dark 13 stitching. And I had just put in this raven. So I'm not sure what I will do next when I work on it tomorrow. Maybe continue on the house, maybe get some other colors in there. Not sure. We shall see. And I am doing this 1/2. I think this is a 36 count. I think this is a Weeks Dyeworks fabric that I bought a long time ago and never used. Is that the called for this? No, the called for is a 30 count mink by R&R. But the color is like perfect, so I'll be working on that tomorrow. And then I think this is going to be my last clip for this video, so I thought I would show you where I'm at with some of my yarny projects. So my friend Caroline from Caroline's Stitching Corner messaged me asking for tips for a sock pattern to try, because she's done a few vanilla socks and wanted to spice it up a little bit. And as I was looking for the sock patterns to send her, it sort of made me want to work on one of my sock whips, and I have at least 8 of those. So this morning, I'll put a picture of where I was when I got this out this morning. I finished this sock. So you might not need the picture. I was done with these zigzag things. So this section, I don't know what you want to call these, but this section is new and the toe is new. So I just did those this morning. This is the Contrast Blast socks by Stephen West. This was originally released as a mystery knit-along. So I started knitting these in tandem, meaning that it came out in like 4 different parts. So I knit part 1 of this sock, and then I started part 1 of the second sock, and then part 2 of this sock, but then I sort of bailed, so I just decided to finish this one. And now I have this one ready to go, and you can see the zigzags are mirrored on this one, so there is like a right and a left sock that will mirror each other, which makes it a little bit more interesting, but not any more difficult in this case. So I don't know if I'm going to work on that more today. Since I got to a good stopping point, I might put it away. And then I was going to show you the granny stripe blanket that I have been working on, like when I'm watching TV. So I have 2 of these blankets going, and they're basically the exact same blanket. They're just different colors and different yarn bases. This is the newer one. So here's where I'm at. So this is using Caron Blossom Cakes in a variety of colors. Yeah, all the yarn is Caron Blossom Cakes. So I think I have 5 different colors. And I'm sort of randomly striping the 3-row sections with the darker colors, and then every 4th row I'm putting in one of these like cream colored ones. So that is where I'm at on that. I have not worked on this other one that's sitting right next to me that's like more retro stripes. But it's like the same blanket, it's the same size crochet hook, it's the same everything. So that one is just a little bit more fiddly because I have to fussy cut the yarn to get the stripes to line up right. I'm going to end the video here today and get this posted, and I will start a new video either tomorrow or Monday, depending on when I get a chance to film. So I hope the first week of October has treated you well, and if you would like to enter to win that Jiggity Jig pattern, don't forget to leave a comment on this video. I will give it at least a week until I draw a winner, so I'm not sure exactly when my next video will be, but if it comes out before a week from now, then I will wait until the video after that to draw the winner. Okay, take care. Happy stitching. See you next time.